Hello, YouTube, Google Plus people. Hi, watchers, DOTs, wherever you are. I'm back in New York groove, but really I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so not near New York City. That was one of my favorite songs, everybody. In a New York minute. Ooh. Well, I'm a little off key there. Anything can change in a New York minute. Minute. Okay, let's get down to business. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm pretending I'm one of these light worker people, and I'm gonna give you all a little food, a little manna. I'm gonna give you a little some ascension teachings. As I know, I'm not a bunch of fucking especially I turn my gibberish. That say the same thing 15 different times, 15 different ways. I mean, you listen to the message. It's one person saying some shit, and then another person saying some other shit, and it's really they're saying the same shit, but they're just saying different words, And they even admitted, I got a couple things. Hold on, before I start into this little teaching here. Let me start to say a couple things about some of the messages. But they said a lot. They said some things like, "Oh, you know what they said? They said, I heard on some message. I don't remember which one it was, but I heard it said, in your divine source to be revealed to you." I was like, hold up, wait a minute, what? Yeah, and then the person, some of the messages are just computer generated. Okay, they're not made by a person. They're made by artificial intelligence creates those messages, but not all of them. But yeah, some. But that's the real gibberish one. Just fucking turn your brain into mush. Anyways, yeah, and this lady said, "Yeah, your true divine soul is going to be revealed to you. It's not what you think it's going to be." It's not what you think it's going to be. I said, I would have to agree on that one. I have to agree on that one, watchers and devotees. And whoever's vicariously watching me, I know some of you celebrity people watching. Okay, so hi, I hope you saw my testimony that I'm trying to save all you people, all right? I know you've been exploited and totally fucked over, okay? There's no need to explain shit to me, all right? Well, I know everything that's going on. I didn't know everything. I know a lot before, but now, I see your pain, I see your pain, I see you. I want y'all to know if you're watching. I got a couple people. Well, I'm not gonna say their names, but yeah, I see a couple new. And then something else too. I noticed. I'm gonna bring this up because I'm curious to see if any watchers out there will comment on this and tell me if they're experiencing the same thing. Is that there's people Google Plus and they got numbers after their name or for the name or in the name or yeah. So I've already been confirmed, by the 11th spirit to some high priestesses. Okay, so my confirmation's already occurred already. And they decided, I guess, to keep it to themselves, or they didn't do anything. They didn't tell anybody, or whatever. But that's not necessarily true too, because it could be within the circles of the temples and shit that I am really who I am. Even the Pope could know, But then again, remember what I said before, okay? That we're waking up, that if there's any kind of like government people watching this shit or whatever, that we're waking those people up too, okay? Those people are under their own illusions. I told you. It's a need-to-know basis. The pyramid, started the pyramid. These, people at the top know the most. And then you're on a need to know basis. If you don't need to know, you don't need to know. So that as the pyramid gets bigger, the illusion grows and the illusion grows. Okay. Matter of fact, I spoke to a judge today, and I was so excited. I got an opportunity to speak to a judge. I was like, I could really blow his mind, when I talked to him, and I told him if he was aware that Scalia was murdered, and that I asked him if he was aware that the Wisconsin State Supreme Court ruled that the police don't need a warrant to come in their house and go in anybody's house and take anything they want, do whatever they want. So the police state has arrived officially in Wisconsin, and he appeared impressed with me. Not that I was trying to impress him, but when he was leaving, he shook my hand and shit. I was gonna go outside and tell him that any judge, and I mean, this is real. I'm an Earth emissary. Okay, so what I say is law. What I say is that's why Ronnie James Dio called me the lawmaker. I'm the deal breaker and the lawmaker because any agreement that Lucifer made will be null and void. As soon as the crown princes or hierarchy decides, Lucifer, you're done, you're off the throne, that's it. So any agreements they made, then they're null and void. If I feel the need to honor those agreements, I will. Okay, now don't forget, the only agreement that he made was to try to cause division, to give the people the opportunity to spread the true message of salvation, and the truth through their careers, That's it, okay? No other fucking hidden agenda there. Or of course to try to fucking keep law and order or whatever, but not and I don't forget that he's our Lord, and he's our Lord no matter what. Whatever decision he made, we gotta stand by him, no matter what. And don't forget. But our Lord says, remember, he says, it's only the good morals of what I approve of. So if you're not engaged in or exhibiting good morals, then you're not in accordance with our Lord. Okay, it's that simple. That's the bottom line. Okay, so I believe that he may have appointed some skilled directors, to do things that they probably didn't do and turned out to be bums, So we gotta take that into account too. Don't forget that the observer races were infiltrated, So, and then there was communication breakdown between them and our true creator allies. I'm quite sure there was a communication breakdown there. These are all important aspects of ascension. Okay, so let's get to ascension. Okay, so I'm pretending I'm gonna pretend I'm Michael the Archangel today. But I really don't have to pretend because I am actually him, so I don't have to pretend. But anyways, I wrote a good thing too. I guess I could read this real quick. Okay, I wrote this about Jimi Hendrix, in memory of Jimi Hendrix. It's called Machine Guns of Truth. The bullets slay the unrighteous. The rat-a-tat-tat signifies the attack. The great James Hendrix screamed out to the world with his battle axe, shaking the foundations of the populace. An unearthly sound was heard. The music penetrated our soul, calling home our fragments of disintegration. The world has gone away with all of our troubles and strife. Nothing mattered under the spell of the master. We lost all semblance of distrust, and love between us flourished immeasurably, basking under the lights and pouring out his spirit upon us. He will ever live in infamy and glory. Rest in peace, my son. Your work is done. Rest in peace, Jimmy. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Okay, there's no death, so when we get to the other side, whatever, when we enter the fourth dimension, he's probably still alive there, or maybe his spirit is not quite sure. Whether he still looks like Jimi Hendrix or not, I don't know. He could. Hello, anything's possible with the blessings of our great Lord. Anything. It says quite clearly in our prayer that our Lord has the ability to transmigrate our soul into another body. Okay, but it's done in a righteous way, and not some synthetic fucking clone machine or some shit like these motherfuckers. Okay, we don't need to do that shit. Right? We're the original creator. I don't give a fuck if you don't believe me or not. I don't care if you like me or not. It doesn't. I'm not here for you to like me. I don't care if you like me or not. I don't care because even if I'm revealed, I'm still not gonna go gallivanting around like when I was Hitler and speaking in front of millions of people. I'm not gonna do that. Are you crazy? I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of my I'm poised for my ascension, so I'm in a special place. I can't, once I complete um, a sufficient ascension process that is in accordance with a hierarchy, and that they feel, that I've reached a certain stage where that I'm capable of, being around people and stuff like that, and keeping my composure and being a proper representation of them, then that will occur. But who knows if I'll still be here by then. I don't know, but and then also, we have methods of basically immediate ascension. Like the gatekeeper ritual. Any occult master should know what the gatekeeper ritual is. But most of the time, that's used for people who are, like a real devoted devotee, that the Lord really loves a lot and that has fallen into addiction, stuff like that. And he's cried out to the Lord, then they'll take his spirit out of his body, and they can take your spirit, they can pull you out. It could happen so easily for me. I know that I have great potential right now at the moment, but I just don't have the energy, and I don't have the stability in my life to feel, secure, getting too wild and crazy over here. I'm already extremely busy doing what I'm doing, so we have to learn our limits of endurance. We got to push our limits, but we got to know them too. Okay, so there's a book. Where's the book? This book I was reading, Thomas Merton. Okay, my minister gave this to me, and I've already seen some of his videos, and I know that he's controlled opposition or whatever he is. He's in collusion with the enemy, but he does give some good wisdom in there, a little bit. So, minister wanted me to look at it. Oh, matter of fact, I wrote a little sermon or lesson or teaching, and he gave it to the church. So he says. I wasn't there that day, so I didn't see it, but he says that he did. That was never my intention for him to give it to the church. That was just for him to, for his own learning. Okay, so let's get down to business here, okay? Now, this is a long teaching, so I'm not going to teach it up the whole thing. It's going to be in different parts. So this is the first part, okay? I was already talking about this. Learn how to listen, and then, don't think, believe, don't assume, know, okay. But in order to come to a belief, you have to contemplate on the subject or issue that you're addressing. So there's a period of contemplation. Okay, now a period of contemplation is very similar to ascension. Okay, so I read the little page on contemplation, and I saw that it's basically the same teaching that we received concerning the laments. If anybody was, really engaged in spirit development, they would know what the laments are and what contained in that. I think I had another page here, didn't I? No. Okay, that's that. All right. Okay, now I was looking at some information concerning the laments, but I was originally when I learned the laments, there was 4, but there's only. It started off with 3 here in this teaching I'm looking at. So I didn't. I thought that the teachings were the example. It was a very brief example. The example was really just to promote your own, learning, your own, for you to inspire you to, develop some wisdom, apply your own understanding to the statement, So, okay, so let me read. Okay, laments. This came from the Father Martin book, I think. When I was going through that, but I didn't repeat anything word for it. Everything, this is all my words. These are all my words. Okay, becoming aware of source from within, ceasing to search without, knowing of the heart, to escape our preconceived notions of reality, a total concession unto faith in ourself and our true divine source exhibited by our loss of fear concerning our physical death, concerning our own need to always be the dominating force that controls our destiny. By the elimination of our programmed systems and our ties to this world, we become vessels of divine guidance. In becoming vessels of divine guidance and words of our spiritual hierarchy, we are formed as the potter's clay. Those who achieve separation from the mundane concerns of our false illusions of prosperity, those who achieve destruction of their unrighteous pride and overextended ego, those who reach a state of spiritual perfection conducive to the capability to enter unto the grace of our Lord. We enter under our I said four stages, but I didn't dictate four stages there, but we enter into our stages of lament. Okay, forget about the four for now. So we enter into our stage of lament. Okay, let me read that last part one more time. Slower. By the elimination of, these are my words, okay? I didn't copy this from nowhere, And I think that's true. I think, well, I don't think, but, I believe that it's possible that there's people looking at my work and they believe in their mind that it's not my work, like someone else wrote it, Because someone who curses and acts, whatever, most people would look at that person, all snobby people, like, oh, he can't possibly be that wise, because he curses and he sounds like, or whatever, Okay, so let me read this again. Yeah, these are all my words, all right? It says, this, okay, I'll read the whole thing again, okay? Becoming aware of source from within, ceasing to search without, knowing of the heart. Okay, it's a knowing of the heart. It's not, you have to know the difference between, not you, us. We have to know the difference of the realization of our different chakras and how they relate to our emotions, our senses, and stuff like that. Okay, so that's, a huge explanation. All right, to escape our preconceived notions of reality, a total concession unto faith in ourselves and our true divine source, exhibited by our loss of fear. Okay, fear is the great inhibitor. Fear, that's why that old saying, no fear, no fear, no fear. Because that's the killer, It's a killer, When you're fearful, or you're anxious, or you're scared, whatever, then you're attracting that to you. You're attracting that, So they're like, I told you, people that get high and stuff like that, when they get high, they do stuff like cocaine or meth or whatever. I don't know about meth, but I know cocaine. People do cocaine that they become a beacon in the astral realm, Like the astral entities can see them, like, oh, look, and people that when they're alive, whatever, and they're doing drugs, these spirits are attracted to that, It's a law of attraction, okay? All right, boom. Let's get down to it. Okay, fear. Our loss of fear concerning our physical death. Okay, fear of death. That's a big one to get over. Fear of death. All right, boom. That's a big hurdle. Okay, concerning our own need to always be the dominating force that controls our destiny. Okay, that's like a in AA they say give up your will. Okay, that's not the correct teaching. That's a very shallow, indescriptive, bunch of bullshit. It's not you have to know, like pride, you can only be worthy. We're only worthy to carry pride after we've done a certain amount. Achieve a certain amount of spiritual perfection. Before that, then it's unrighteous. Okay, boom. All right. So stay on target here. So, okay, fear of death. Get over fear of death. All right. So, okay, by us not always, believing in our mind that we have to be the dominating force that controls our destiny, is the same thing about the lesson that was given to me that I relayed to you, where the only righteous ignorance is that which displaces arrogance and proves one humble. Okay, so you don't have to be we don't have to be the dominating force that controls our destiny, and we don't have to always be right. Win every argument. Okay, I mean, just because someone's telling you someone, I know it's not easy to listen to it too. And people tell me like, I'll be trying to, well, I don't really try to explain too much to people except on here because people look at you like you're completely, bonkers because the truth is so far off from what they know. But yeah, so someone, you be sitting there, and the person will be telling you like some complete like program nonsense, that you could tell they like really believe they like it's like embedded in their psyche that you could never tell them they're wrong. And you don't have to, we it doesn't mean that we have to get up and say no, I'm right, you're wrong, no, okay, all right, hey, we tell, when our psychic abilities become enhanced, through our ascension process, that we see the people, we see their spiritual maturity. That's one gift that seems to have come to me, is that besides when you look at a person immediately, you get a reading, comes right to you. Immediately you get a reading about the person, whether you want it or not, it just comes at you, boom, slaps you in the face, like, oh, geez, I don't want to know what these people's problems are. That's why I don't read people's minds. If I really wanted to, I probably could, but I'm not interested in that. For what? I got my own problems. I don't need to know all your stupid problems. Plus, I believe it's invasion of privacy. Anyways, so yeah, okay, boom, there's the lesson. All right, so um, by the elimination of our programmed systems and our ties to this world, we become vessels of divine guidance. All right? That speaks for itself, should speak for itself. In becoming vessels of divine guidance and words of our spiritual hierarchy, remember I said we're words, we're not final words. We are formed as the potter's clay. It's only through the destruction of our righteous pride and our ego that we, and our separation and our destruction phases, then we become able to be molded by the gods. They mold us and they refine us, refine our spirits, everything, our body, our mind, our spirit. Our current is so strong that if we show veneration and devotion and dedication, it doesn't matter what kind of grid is up there, whatever the fuck it is. And believe me, the current finds us. It finds us. They just can't fight the power. Just can't. I don't care what kind of grid or prison we're in. You can't fight the power. Can't fight it. Okay. Can't fight the power, my children. I'm sorry, my water. I don't say children because regular people, they're not watching this shit anyways. All right. So, those who achieve separation from the mundane concerns of our false illusions of prosperity, who achieve destruction of their unrighteous pride and overextended egos, those who reach a state of spiritual perfection conducive to the capability to enter into the grace of our Lord, we enter into our stages of lament. Huh? Huh? Come on, now. I got some skills of what, man? Oh, shit. Ain't gonna be funny right after. Well, I don't know if I'll ever be revealed, but if I am, then. Can you imagine the people were like waiting for some like, some guy to come along in a bathrobe with like long hair and a beard, like peace and love to, turn the other cheek, man. No, but that's a lesson. Turn the other cheek is a lesson of patient endurance. That's that is. But of course, we never got that. They not that wisdom was not left in there. That was taken out. But I get it back to you. Okay, so there's more. Okay. That was from the book. That wasn't even from the Laments. This is from the Laments. That wasn't even from the Laments. It is from the Laments, but it's very, very similar. Okay, we're on the same page here, basically. Okay, Laments. Our eyes are open to the true depths of our poverty. Okay, this awareness, this ascension. Okay, now I'm pretending to be a light worker guy. All right, I'm helping out the light workers. Okay. Which is probably not good because they're probably the enemies, so now I'm in collusion, but whatever, man. Our ears are open to the cries of those who those people must hate me anyway. I scorched them to death. They probably fucking all hate me. I'm sure they do. Our ears are open to the cries of those who have endured suffering. Okay, let's start over because I fucked up the. Okay, pay attention. All right. Okay, laments. This is laments. Anybody out there interested in actual spirit development? Okay, here you go. Real actual spirit development, okay? Not mumble jumble blub blub, okay? Laments. 1. Our eyes are open to the true depths of our poverty. Okay? When I first developed a realization of our poverty, I almost died. We don't have the average populace does not have a correct realization of their poverty compared to the elite or 1%, whatever. Okay, 2. Our ears are open to the cries of those who have endured suffering. Okay, then you start looking around like, wow, those people over there getting slaughtered. Why are they getting slaughtered? What's happening over there? And oh my God, holy shit. I was going through my life and I didn't realize all these genocides were going on. All these people were getting slaughtered. I didn't even know. Okay, so yeah, wake up. Oh my gosh, Okay, boom. So 3. Under the grace of the Holy Spirit, all truth is revealed unto us. Okay, that's when we start to, I mean to say you. The only time that is correct for me to say you is when I'm speaking about the difference between, like the Moonchild children or the Sun children or Melchizedek or sons and daughters of Anna. That's the only time that I really rightly can say you, because that's the only separation. Other than that, I'm just like everybody here because I'm existing in the prison like I'm. Of course, I have my authority, but what kind of authority really do I have? I have authority, but I don't because no one recognizes it. So, but it doesn't change my authority. Just because nobody recognizes your authority doesn't mean that you still don't have your authority. You still have it. It's just not being recognized at the moment. And everything is just here now, and it was recognized, and it will be recognized again. So basically, that's 2 out of 3. No time for jokes. Okay, so now also talked about in the laments is a cloth of compassion. Okay. And then, I started to signify it as a mantle. Then I said, no, that's not really totally correct because there's other teachings involved with a mantle, like as far as like a witch would understand a mantle or sorcerer. That's more occult. So I'm going to leave that out, but it is similar. All right. So, cloth of compassion. All right. They probably teach you this in the seminary, whatever. When we begin to become aware of the world's soul, a further realization of suffering that is all-encompassing and illuminating. Okay, these are my words, okay? This is not what was not in the book. I took what was in the book, and then made it sound like better or more intelligent. Like, that was only, it was, this is a better, more explicit teaching, or more that whatever. Okay, so then time of confession. Okay, now time of confession, time of confession, time of confession. Not okay. It's time to go to confession before church. No, okay, it's not church. Confess. You confessing. You confessing to the abyss is basically what you're doing. All this is encompassed in crossing the abyss. All this is encompassed in destroying your ego and your unrighteous pride. All this is encompassed within ascension. Why do you think they have boot camp and they yell and scream at the poor fucking stupid people that go in the military to go kill Gentiles? Why do you think y'all scream at them? Because they break them down. They break them down as fast as they possibly can. Destroy them. They destroy. That's what they're doing. They're destroying their unrighteous, their ego and their unrighteous pride. That's what they're destroying. Okay, that is the point of you will do what I say, soldier, or whatever. Give me 50. I don't know. I ain't going there. No, I tried to go in the army. Matter of fact, I took the ASVAB test, and then they found out I had a felony. So they went to. It wasn't wartime, so they were like, or whatever. But maybe see some high-level intelligence agent could have went and told him who I was, and then said, no, blackmail, blacklist, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, they wouldn't hire me at the hospital. They told me I tried to get a job at the hospital, Hartford Hospital. They told me, you're on the do not hire list. I'm like, hired? I never even worked here before. What do you mean do not hire? They said, no, we can't hire you. See, so that's some other little, underhanded bullshit right there. These people are slick. They're real quiet. They don't want, oh yeah, so let me one more thing. Okay, I'm not going to get too far off the subject here, but remember I said, if there's intelligent people watching this video, if you're watching, we're waking you up too, because you got a lot to fucking learn. Okay, you think you know everything? You don't know everything. You only know what they want you to know. That's it. That's all you know. And then whatever you can secretly find out from your sources. Listen, man. When it comes down to it, what is it? Are you an earthling? Do you live on fucking Earth? Okay, well, we're being infested by fucking these lizard fucking people, whatever, okay? So, boom, I live on Earth. So, where you live? I live on Earth too. Oh, well, I live over here. Yeah, I live over here. Well, some lizards trying to take over the Earth. You think we should fight back? Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter what fucking color you are, or I was in the FBI, or whatever the fuck you did. I don't. All that is, who gives a fuck about that? Okay, never mind. If you're gonna get punishment, you're gonna get punished. The punishment's coming. Okay, you're gonna get what you deserve. But now's a chance to fucking redeem yourself. I mean, that's what I said. I said, if the people came together to face the outside threat. Remember Ronald Reagan? Imagine what would happen if there's an outside threat. Because there already was an outside threat. But he just couldn't come out and tell us. I don't know, they talk a lot about bullshit about Ronald Reagan. I don't know. All I know is any good leader throughout history they villainize and try to make look like a fucking monster. They trying to villainize Trump because Trump is the Trump card. Trump is, he can't be bought. The motherfucker got loot, Can't be bought. But on the other hand, there's no fucking way that the Illuminati is going to let anybody get that fucking rich without making some kind of goddamn agreement. Okay, come on, let's use our common sense here. Much as I love Trump, but it seems illogical to me that they would allow someone to make so much fucking money and do whatever, all this shit, and build all this shit, and buy all this real estate, and do all this shit. If he didn't make no agreement, like, how the fuck did he get away with that? I mean, these people control everything. Everything you see, they make money. Lighter, they make money. Napkin, make money. Ashtray, they make money. Fucking pen, they make money. Every fucking thing, they make money. I was going to get up and rant and rave with you people, too, at the world, I'm sitting here all cool as a cucumber, but inside I'm ready to fucking blow up, okay? Explode. I'm so fucking pissed off. I'm pissed off about these monsters fucking took all our movie stars and all our icons. All these people have been replaced with God only knows. Reptoids and clonoids and fucking androids and cyborg movie stars and I mean, meanwhile, we're fucking clapping people. Oh yeah, good job. Meanwhile, the fucking person is gone. You know, the spirit's gone. The, Anybody look at the Grammys? You look at the people's faces. They're zombies. There's nobody home. There's nobody fucking home. And the fucking ladies are fucking men. They got the cut dress and they got giant man legs. Those are not fucking women legs. They're man legs. Giant man feet stuck in the little fucking uh, ruby slippers down there. I'm serious. They didn't look like woman legs to me. I mean, you know, I told you they're creating eunuchs. You know, it's not a man, not a woman. It's in between. You know, I believe they're doing that to try to prove to the world that they were the original creators or whatever. Some fucking hogwash. Let me get back to teaching shit on here. All right, boom. So now we're into the time of confession. Okay. This is a very long teaching. That's why I'm only going to teach. I'm only teaching a little bit of it. Okay. And then we're going to have more parts. Okay. This is good ascension teaching. Okay. I'm pretending to be Michael the Archangel Lightworker, but I don't have to pretend because I really am. Said no. Michael the Archangel is a myth. How did this myth come about? What is an arc? An arch. Someone who's from a bridge, from one side to another. Boom. Okay. I know some of my higher selves, and I don't believe it's a very good idea to reveal them. You know, so I won't, but I heard and I've done some research and I know some of their came across some of their invocations that have been done by other people, and I won't say who it is, but he said forever stuck between the star and the flame. You know, to me that says it all. He's stuck between the star and the flame, all right? Star and the flame. You know, what's that? You know? That's something an archangel would say. I'm stuck between the star and the flame. That means that he stuck, right? Not stuck, but okay. Now, where did the symbolism of the arch? What does the arch mean? Because I'm the stupid dumbass who always comes here and sticks up for the people who are without. It's has, you know, when the people without are none of my fucking concern. I don't give a shit about the people without. It has nothing to do with my job. My job is to, wake up the world. But I could have totally focused on DOTs and so fuck everybody else. You know, I could have really put all my energy into, just corresponding with our high priests and our magicians and our DOTs and shit like that, and really put my nose to the grindstone to try to get myself revealed. But I'm not really. I also received nonsense, from my benefactors that that's not my job, and I don't have the wisdom to go about doing it in the correct manner at the moment. You know, the moment. Let's get back to. Okay, time of confession. We confess to the fact that we have grown callous and cold unto our neighbors, that stood outside of our ideal presentation of character or moral stability. That's not really the right word, stability. I should have used compass. That stood outside of our ideal presentation of character or moral. All right, moral stability. Let's say stability for now. Okay. So, what did I say? We confess to the fact we have grown callous and cold in our neighbors, unto our neighbors that stood outside of our ideal presentation of character or moral stability. Okay, that's a rich snobby person driving down the street, looking at a homeless person, and looking at him and saying, "Oh, that's a scumbag because he's a homeless person, and I'm all great because I'm rich and I drive a Lexus." Okay, boom. Number two, we confess that we are guarded and jaded No, we confess that our guarded and jaded realization of self-preservation limits the extension of our compassion and self-service unto others. Okay, these are my words. Okay, I don't hear nobody say, "Oh, you made that." These are my fucking words. Okay, my fucking words. And all you think, oh, I was, I'm smarter than I look. Right? I'm not smart. I never said I'm smart, but might be smarter than I look. Okay, so we confess. Okay, we confess that our guarded and jaded realization of self-preservation limits the extension of our compassion and self-service unto others. Okay, so what's that mean? What's that mean? You see a homeless guy. Homeless guy is a perfect example to use for all this shit. See a homeless guy, and you got a few dollars in your pocket. You don't got a lot of money, but then you feel bad. So at least I give the guy a fucking dollar. What the hell? You know. So why don't people? Why don't people who can afford to help support those less fortunate themselves do? Why? Because they're worried about their self-preservation. These people think a lot of the people today walking around in the matrix of misery. They believe themselves to be invincible. They believe that they're going to live forever and that they don't want to even think about their death. They're terrified of their death, completely terrified of dying. I could relate one of my famous sayings. Well, I mean, famous to me because I'm a legend in my own mind, I understand, but one of my other sayings that I like uh, says that the wealthy will always glory in selfishness, and the poor will always glory in charity. For you can never be wealthy and glory in charity. It's impossible because you wouldn't be wealthy in the first place. Moving on. 3. As we look unto our fellows, our concern for the opinion others hold concerning us may be diminishing or tarnished by our friendly association of those less fortunate ourselves. Okay, what people worry about, oh my God, I can't be seen with this homeless guy because then if Susie drives by, she's going to say, oh, look, he hangs around with that bum. Oh, he's a loser. I'm never going to go out with that guy or whatever. Okay, that's an example. You don't want to be seen next to a person because your programmed belief that he's no good and he's a bum. Whatever. 4. In achieving our improved and affirmed connection unto divine source, we become aware that we have not only enforced our unlearned and renegade form of justice upon others, but that we had exhibited false faith by not accepting the results of divine justice that had appeared before us throughout our lives. That was a mouthful. Uh, pretty much speaks for itself. In achieving our improved and affirmed connection with divine source, we become aware that we have not only enforced our unlearned and renegade form of justice upon others, but that we had exhibited false faith by not accepting the results of divine justice that appeared before us throughout our lives. Okay, that's taking the law into your own hands. You the judge, you the jury, you the executioner. Okay, believe that we don't understand self-defense, of course, self-defense or defend people around you closely. There's a threat, of course. Yeah, defend yourself, obviously. Okay, but if it comes to a situation as to where uh, uh, you may have suffered a financial setback due to the some other scumbag doing some slick shit with your books. You got a slick account or something like that. Well, So he steals some money or saves some money out of the books, whatever. And then you decide, well, I'm gonna go kill the nigga because he stole my money. Okay, now that's not a matter of self-defense. Now that's a matter you're taking the law into your own hands. And you're judge, jury, and executioner. Okay, there's no man on earth. I'm the only person on earth. I'm the lamb. There's no other lamb. Okay, I don't care how many lamb clones they make or many lamb people. I'm the lamb. I'm Jesus. I'm this. I'm that. Okay, I'm the only one. There's no one else. No one else here. So, um, yeah. So, no man has a right to tell another man what to do. No fucking man. What? Oh, my name's Joe. I made a law. You gotta go by it, and I'm gonna put you in jail. You know, who the fuck appointed you king, motherfucker? Like, where did you get your authority from? Any any authority on earth besides me is just a fucking illusion. No authority. I'm the only authority. There's no other authority. What other authority? The only other authority I would recognize, I can't believe I'm even going to say this, but the only authority I would recognize would be some of the observer races, Earth hemispheres. Yeah, of course I would recognize them. I said a million times I wouldn't, but at this point, see, I always try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, man. You know, even them, even though I scorched them a million times, but I'm the boss, and they know that. And I'm critiquing their work, and and I'll tell you one thing, their message has come a long way. You still got a couple of little, gibberish ones here and there, but that message has come a long way, my children. If you ask me, I believe they got a stern talking to by somebody. I believe that some of their superiors went to them and said, this dude down there, me, he's making you look like a fucking fool. He's destroying you. And he's right. Everything he says is right. Almost right. I'm sure I probably maybe been a little off about a couple of things. No, he's perfect. Not even me. There's nothing perfect. No. So how could something be perfect? In this world, can't be, because it's just atoms moving around. So how's it perfect? If you got dots and moving around, how are they perfect? There's nothing. What do you mean perfect? You know what I mean? All right, so yeah, there's no man can tell another man what to do. I don't know if y'all heard that little saying I came up with too. It says politicians are nothing but a bunch of second graders playing in a urine-filled urine-soaked sandbox, sticking their filthy hands in their diapers and wiping their shit on each other, because that's all they are today. They don't care what they say about anything. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Because any prosperity they hear becomes because they're observer races, it's only a temporary prosperity, And I mean, now I see the fact that they were very hesitant about admitting to planetary Asia, because then everyone's going to look at them like it's their fault, or they're the ones who fucking bringing it on and shit like that. No, we brought it on ourselves by being negligent and letting these motherfuckers destroy the earth. That's why we brought it on. If everything was okay and our allies came back and we didn't let all these scumbags fucking turn us into indentured slaves and destroy the earth, and now they're fucking trying to make us have no brains and killer mosquitoes and GMO foods, and pretty soon we're gonna turn into we're gonna be born looking like fucking half dogs, half human. Who the fuck knows? I'm not a molecular fucking geneticist. How do we know what the reconfiguration of the fucking grains and shit, what's that gonna actually do to our bodies? Them motherfuckers know. Can't tell you that. They don't do that shit for no reason. My saying this is basically out to fucking kill the whole world. Okay, so let's get back to business. So yeah, so no man can tell another man to do that's. So oh, okay, so now through our life, this is what happened to me. For me, when I was wronged by people, and I just let it go, and I said, well, whatever, they'll get what they deserve. Not that I necessarily forgave the people. Now, I'm not saying you got to forgive the motherfuckers, okay? It's a forgiveness, but it's not really a forgiveness. It's a giving it up to our Lord for them to serve justice, That's righteous divine justice, And we can be wrong, And when nothing happens to that person, then that means that we were in the fucking wrong. But when something happens to that person and we see it, then you say, well, got what he deserved. You know. So once I started to develop spiritually, and then I started thinking back about some people that have wronged me and the shit that happened to them after. And then recently, I had a little running with some dishonest people or whatever, and the result, what happened to them, was not very good for them. So then I started to realize that divine justice really does take place, really does take place here. So how do we reach that point where we, if it's not a immediate issue of self-defense, how do we reach that point where we're willing to leave that justice up to our lower hierarchy or our allies? That's the lesson. That's my lesson. My life lesson. My life lesson, sole purpose lesson I was supposed to learn when I came here is it's only through forgiveness that we can ask for justice. That's my lesson. That's part of occult training. You have to, if you really, really interested in spiritual development, you really want to learn the occult arts and shit like that. What is part of the training? Part of the training is activating your pineal gland, your DNA, remembering your former lives. And when you remember your former lives, then you start to become aware of places that you lived before. And if it's feasible for you to get to these locations, then that's what you do. You go to the locations, and that helps you to connect with your past, with our personal Akashic records or DNA records. And also another way to activate your DNA is to go to historic sites like Civil War battlefields and where historic things occurred there, and then you go there and you're trying to take yourself back to that time. I mean, if you're a really accomplished astral traveler, you just go there. You don't have to go there. You could just you can astrally travel to any location, but it's completely exhausting. It's not like it's not easy. You just go do it. And then what the problem is, then once you start astral traveling, then you start making relationships, and then the people start to become aware of you, and then they want you to come in there all the time, and then when you start falling asleep, they try to suck you in there. They try to suck you in the astral realm. That happened to me. I had to do an invocation and ask my benefactors that, stop that, stop it. I can't handle it, And they did. They stopped it, and it doesn't happen anymore. Sometimes it still does, Sometimes they still wrangle me in there, It's girls, it's women. It's women. They want to have sex with me. So. It doesn't usually end up in sex. It's just basically a couple times they took me around, like introduced me to their friends and shit. I mean, it was like, I remember being around a bunch of women, and they were laughing, having a good time. There was like a big party there. I mean, a real party. They were drinking everything right in the astral realm. I was like bugged out, man. So holy shit, this is really the astral realm. I was like, yeah, like, oh my god, what the fuck. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. One more. That's it. And the teaching's over. Okay, number 5. This is only part 1, though. We observed our meager accommodations and our distorted realization of poverty by excluding the vestiges of the kingdom of our divine source. Okay? I don't think the Pope could have said any better. What does that mean? We observed our meager accommodations and our distorted realization of poverty by excluding the vestiges of the kingdom of our divine source. That's forgetting the abundance of the kingdom of heaven, or hell, Our, what hell might be to some people, that's our heaven, And what our hell might be heaven to someone else, It's like one man's trash is another man's treasure. People out there, who this motherfucker think he is? Plato or something? Hey, what's up with this nigga? All right, so we observe them here coming. Yeah, we forget that the power of our Lord. You know, that's the same. That's an extension of what I was talking about too. Is that about divine justice? You know. Ask yourselves if anybody had the fortitude to continue to be watching my video, but by this point, if your ears aren't bleeding, then ask yourself. Think back. Let's see, this guy screwed me in, fucking stole my property, whatever. And what happened to him? Oh yeah, he died. Oh yeah, and then that dude down there, he slashed my tire. What happened to him? Oh yeah, he's doing 14 years. Okay, that's what happens. That's divine justice. To devotees, though, because if you're without, you're without. You're not of our concern. So, take you on your own. Well, you're believing in great monkey monster people and fucking lizards. Fucking believing in. All right, yo. Fuck it. I'm gonna let you go. All right, it's been a long video, but thanks for tuning in. You know, same bat time, same bat station. All right, solid love, everybody. That's the laments. That's part 1 of laments. Okay, probably at least 2 more parts. It's long teaching. Long teaching. All right, see you later.